are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. Hey, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. We've been called.
Hey viewers, and welcome to Empower Kids Talk Show. My name is Josephine Ogade, and this is my co-host
Elton Maganga.
Today with us is Mr. Takie Ndou, the Psalmist. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much for having me, Josephine, and thank you for having me, Elton.
And thank you for being with Empower Kids Talk Show today.
Thank you.
So, sir, how long have you been singing gospel?
Singing gospel, I think as far as 5 years. My mom used to tell me that I used to go to the gate at my village and just sing when people are passing. So I've been singing since I was 5, but professionally so, I've been singing for the past 14 years now. Yeah.
As a gospel singer, is it wrong for children to praise and worship God?
It's very right for children to praise and worship God, and I believe that children should do it more because they do it with a pure heart. You guys haven't done a lot of things that are wrong. So when you worship God, it's real. There's no pretense there. You see, so I think we should motivate children to worship God a whole lot more. Like even my son, I've got a 2.5-year-old son. So he loves singing. So every time I just sing with him. And if I sing and I close my eyes and lift up my hands, he will do the same. If I kneel down and I'm praying, he will do the same. So I think this is the right time to teach children to worship. So I think children should really praise and worship God more often. Yeah.
And so how did you know that you were going to be a minister in songs?
I had a dream when I was young. I always felt it in me that I'm a star. So I always wanted to shine. I always dreamed that, you know what, one day I'm going to be on TV. I even told my mom I'm going to buy a helicopter. You see, so I used to dream very big. Well, I still have that dream to buy a helicopter, you see. But I think as children, we must not dream small. So I used to dream big. At least if you dream big, you will achieve something close to your dream. You see, so I always dreamt of being a superstar. Yeah.
What do you think could be a hindrance to children worshiping and praising God?
Pardon me?
What do you think could be a hindrance to children who are worshiping and praising God?
I think if it's up to the parents, we are the ones that should teach our children to worship God. I don't think there's anything that should hinder children from worshiping and praising God. It's up to the parents. If you don't teach your children worship, they will not worship. If you teach your children to worship, they will worship and they will grow up with it. You know what? If as parents we teach our children to worship, even if you become 18 years old and you decide to choose a wrong path, but because that thing is in you and you grew up with it, you will always come back to the right path. So it's very important to plant the right seeds as parents right now when our children are still young. And we must never stop them from worshiping God. Yeah.
And could you please look at the camera and encourage children to take worship and praise seriously?
Kids out there and children out there, this is the right time for you to learn to worship God, for you to learn to pray, and just pray have fun. When you know God is not a monster. God is very friendly and he's a funny God at times. So whatever you want to say to God, like, okay, God, today can you just make sure that I can have ice cream? You see, pray and believe and you will see it will happen. You see, worship God. When you worship God, you create that relationship with God. When you grow up with that thing, it will stay with you as you grow up and it will never leave you. So this is the right time for you to worship God and just have fun. Because you don't worry about a lot of things. Some of us are worried about the debt that we have. I'm worried about paying school fees. So it's difficult to worship God as an adult. But as a kid, it's very easy. You don't worry about paying for anything. Do you worry about buying yourself clothes? No, you see. So you've got less things to worry about. So it's easy for you to worship God as a child.
Thank you, Mr. Takie Ndou, for coming to Empowered Kids Talk Show. Hope to talk to you again in the future. And God bless.
Anton. Thank you so much, and God bless you. And I pray that guys, God is gonna lift you up, and this show must be big. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for talking to Empower Kids Talk Show today. We hope the program has been a blessing to you. Please let us know by telephone or on the screen right now. And shalom and God bless you.